So this video is called processing perceptions on the way. In other words, this is parts of the journey where we revisit. This was a time where I didn't know anything else would come in the future. So there was a man that I met after I'd known him briefly through other people over the years, but we met about Purim time, so let's say mid-March, and we were in touch after that. So mid-March, so April, mid-May, mid-June, mid-July, August, mid-September. We started October, so it's about 6 months ago. It's over 6 months ago, and then I took a break after a few months. So then this is about a few months in. Then a few months passed, and then I took a break for about 40 days, and then we've recently been in touch again the last week, less than a week. I have no idea what's to come, but I think in some ways it was also related to wanting to get some closure with each other before the holidays of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We're also seeing what happens after there was a big shift. So even though things changed after that, there was a time where this was the whole story. So I had to experience this, get it out of my system. Maybe I did it to others also. So I just wanted to share, this is part of the process, even though I wasn't here at the time of writing it, and I'm not there right now in my life. So I thought he kept ignoring me, refusing to respond even to me reaching out, let alone actually trying to fix what he destroyed. I felt like I was detaching because he was manipulative, humiliating, and abusive, and avoidant, and in denial and neglectful. I felt that I officially rejected him for not being attentive and caring to my requirements, and for not being a stable, consistent, reliable, solid, and don't want to waste my good vibes and strength. And I have hopes and dreams, and find his treatment of me distasteful against my rights, and that he was exploiting me rather than trying to repair, and I give him up on him as a person. And I want to just say that these things I wrote down were because there was patterns that were repeatedly happening. There was a lot of ending times. I told him I wanted to properly end things with him because he didn't contribute anything good in my life and is too desperate for control and power and avoids me disrespectfully and doesn't know how to behave, and I felt done. I was not attracted, and I don't want to keep making space in my life for a low-life energy draining, manipulating me. He came to meet me and brought gifts and then brought food, and he called and he wanted to cuddle me, and it is true that I did allow him a few times to do so, even though in hindsight, it's something that I feel is what a previous version of me would have done, and not necessarily was acting in an informed perspective. I felt actually like that was part of the issue, was that I was doing something which was causing me to become clouded and not able to detach properly. So So I felt like he wanted to, in a way, I was experiencing it, that he wanted to arouse my pleasure. Like he was trying to make me feel warm and cozy and alive and passionate and more and more and more excited. And then but he didn't want me to fully feel satisfied within myself, because he wasn't looking to build something with me where we could actually culminate. And so I also feel like when he was, sometimes it was for him to soothe himself. So he kept falling asleep because he was feeling comfortable, but I was for 2 hours waiting to just for him to be I guess it would be finished, or when does it, there was this version of me that was is he trying to turn me on and then embarrass me because I'm gonna have an outburst that I'm not satisfied, or I was crying, and then I felt no one loves me or wants to pleasure me, because that's the version of me that couldn't handle the fact that there was no vessel to put all this love and care and I felt like I feel in love with him. I wrote so extremely in love and wanting to please him and be one with him. Only I remember the chance we cannot be together, because so many of the rabbis follow the Shulchan Aruch, and there's a lot of rules that if somebody is not a virgin and was with a non-Jewish man in the past, which makes them considered to be a prostitute. And while it doesn't seem clear that those two are the same thing, and I'm not speaking for the rabbis, I feel like at first I thought, better to not challenge the rabbis. This is a man who, because of my history, there's a chance that I would be disqualified, even though a prostitute, if someone's already a prostitute because they had sex with a non-Jewish man, why don't they just become a prostitute, right? Anyway, I'm not saying that anyone should, but I'm saying that this would be the risk of being too strict. And so the fear was that if we actually did get married, maybe everyone would say, oh, your kids are halala, voided or something, like, because it's as if it was a prostitute, and he's a Kohen. Another thing I wrote was that he ignored all day and night on principle, then called immediately, started lashing out after pretending he would listen and offer, but actually just wants to justify his own slander and judgments and blame to avoid his healing. And he's unkind to me, unsupportive, mean, and he likes to make me stress with him rather than let me help him calm down, and rather strain me than let me help him decompress. And he threatened and had ultimatums and saying he'd block me, and he was uncalm, reactive, controlling, unsupportive, and tried to make my life harder. But then I called to say I loved him when I realized he was strained and stressed, and I wanted to be there for him and not retaliate. And another time I wrote, I love Aaron. I love him, I love him, I love him. And then I wrote, he got a long turn, and I didn't interrupt, I guess, to express himself. And then when it was my turn, he didn't listen. And he kept interrupting, and then when I asked for a nice goodbye, he started lashing out, cursing, screaming, and would not stop. He was manipulatively pretending he wants permission, like what I say matters, or how I feel, but then he did exactly the opposite of what I would like he did exactly what he doesn't like to me. Another thing I wrote was that he spent 43 minutes fighting, insulting, attacking me and my character, and cornering me with loaded questions meant to gaslight me and instill self-doubt, talking over me, lying, and was not kind, gentle, or positive regard for a couple minutes, saying goodbye, and then he called me back, and he still didn't say anything positive to me. Another thing I wrote was that we spoke in the morning. He tried to lash out at me again, and I cursed him in the name of Hashem for the voids he caused and the love he withholds. And I felt so triggered, hurt, lonely, disrespected, empty. It was unfair, and it makes me want not to live in a world where I'm here to bring love on a mission, and instead he deprived me, lied, and escalates things, blaming and using and never trying to please me. I want to break up with him because I feel there's got to be someone else who loves me enough to smile at me with love and say nice things with love and accommodate and be patient, supportive, and reassuring. I wanted him to be severely, violently punished for refusing to let me have the mitzvah to forgive him by pretending he was unavailable when he was available, ignoring all my calls and texts. I wrote, he finally saved my name in his phone. This was like, he had kept having me in his phone as Sarah's friend from Kensington. Mind you, I moved for more than 3 years already from Kensington. 4 years now. More than 4 years. More than 3 years. I wish he'd nurtured the feminine within himself, and I begged Hashem to punish him very harshly for him to have some serious, scary event happen that made him stop trying to hurt me and frightens him into submission. I want him to be punished for delaying 6 hours with me, like ignoring me. I also prayed for him to be punished for ghosting me, like refusing to let me end things properly, civilly, respectfully, maturely, just like threw me away one day. He blocked me, and he only had to be the go-between, but it was because I wouldn't let up. I don't know if any of these, but then we spoke for 4 hours, and we didn't end things and made a lot of progress, and he cried, and we found some compromise and closure. But and then the cycles would repeat and so on. So I feel like, I don't know how much of this was my role versus his role, but it's very clear that that I'm not there now. I can't participate in these kind of things. So he has to either show up in the most authentic version of himself, or I do. And the reason I'm recording this video today, even though I just recorded one for pre-Yom Kippur, is because I want to have this video for Friday, because I want to prepare for the Sabbath, and usually I would do a video on Thursday for Friday, but Wednesday we have Wednesday night Yom Kippur till Thursday, through Thursday night, so this will be the video for Shabbos. I want to wish everyone a good Shabbos, pure and good and free choice, and being in the timeline that is the highest in the unity of the divine masculine and feminine, and to be peaceful, to be clear, to be in love, and to not need anyone else to be an attachment, to not need any attachment, to recognize it could take 40 days to get it out of our system when we think we can't handle life, but we could actually do it. Soon it becomes a thing of the past. May we let go of everything that needs to be in the past, and may we all choose life, goodness, and life, and showing up and taking good care of ourselves, and radiating that self-acceptance, trust, and love, and respect, and giving people a chance to love us, fixing the cycles. May we fix all the cycles. Tikkun, it's after Judgment Day. May everything be sealed for goodness. By the time I'm saying Judgment Day or Atonement, I don't know why I said the word Judgment Day, but maybe the judgment is that we have to forgive ourselves and others, that we have to allow ourselves to be completely forgivable and lovable, and it's like a reset. So the Shabbos that I'm recording this for will be the day after Yom Kippur at night, Friday night. So I wish us that, to to recognize we're all here to protect each other. Life protects life, and all for one and one for all, and to not have these layers that separate from the orbs and the inserts of light, the palaces of our minds and hearts. And may our efforts to be in alignment properly ripple out and affect everyone around us for the good.